James for three.
Alexis attacking.
Puso at Lakas, Sports sa Pinas.
Isang mapagpalang Sabado sa inyo mga teammates. Ito po si Coach Jojo Villa ng Fellowship of Christian Athletes at ito ang programang Puso at Lakas Sports sa Pinas sa 702 DZAS FEBC Radio TV. Welcome sa mga teammates natin na madalas makinig sa atin via DWAY 104.3 FM K Radio sa Bicol, sa DXFE 1197 The Good News Radio sa Davao Region, sa DZRK 106.3 FM Radyo Kapit Bisig sa Palawan, sa DXAS 1116 Your Community Radio sa Zamboanga. Tayo rin po ay napapakinggan via online streaming sa Facebook page natin sa Puso at Lakas Sports sa Pinas, sa FEBC 702 DZAS o kaya sa febc.ph. Greetings sa ating mga kaagapay, si Euforcina Bernardino, Ben and Maricar Loriaga, Julita Adamos, Jennifer Satingin, Romulo Bolgado, Marifi Serrano Villania, Andres Mendoza, Rosemary Garmino, si Kyle Joshua Chan, Nora Cancela, Faustina Habla, Coach Glendino Gopez, Jocelyn Panegiton, Gregorio Junior Tan, Ruben David, MC Garcia, Lordan Molion, Anita Tejada Colon, Tess Bagtas Dehan, Aaron Ray Gacho, Belsi Soreta, and Sally Anuran. Ang ating guest ay isang strength and conditioning coach. Veterano siya dahil naging strength and conditioning coach siya ng basketball, volleyball, and softball. And trained po siya sa US dito sa Athletes Performance sa pagbabalik ng Puso at Lakas Sports sa Pinas.
Puso at Lakas, Sports sa Pinas.
Magandang umaga. Ako po si Pastor Rene Bunsoy ng Gospel of Christ Family Church. Samahan niyo ako sa maikling panalangin. Panginoong Diyos, kami ay nagpupuri at nagpapasalamat kayo na aming Diyos na sinasamba dito sa aming bansang mahal na Pilipinas. O Diyos, sa mga panahon na kami po ay nalalapit na ang local elections, inihiling po namin unang-una ang kaayusan ng lahat ng proseso magmula po sa pangangampanya, lalong-lalo na doon sa araw na kami po lahat ay boboto. Inihiling po namin, O Diyos, kaayusan, katalinuhan, at Panginoon, baguhin mo ang aming mga mindsets sa pagpili ng aming pong mga leaders na ilulukpok po sa kanilang mga pwesto. O Diyos, maging mapagmatsyag po kami, maging discerning po kami, lalong-lalo na sa mga taong maaring nagpapanggap lamang at gustong mailuklok dahil gusto po nilang magnakaw sa kaban ng bayan. Panginoon, tulungan mo po kaming magkaisa. Wag po naming hayaan na patuloy na malugmok sa kahirapan ang aming mga kababayan naghihikahos. Tulungan mo kami, O Diyos, na maging isang bayan na sumasamba sa tunay na Diyos upang sa gayon, ang blessing niyo po ay patuloy na dumalaw dito sa aming bansang Pilipinas. O God, kahabagan niyo po kami. Nais po naming sundin ang inyong kalooban. Sa pangalan ni Jesus. Amen at Amen.
Ito ang 702 DZAS.
702 DZAS.
Agapay ng sambayanan na napapakinggan sa buong mundo
sa FEBC.ph
sa pamamagitan ng Microsoft Media Server Technologies at ng Desktop Computers.
Pusong Kampyon. Siya na nga, luha at galak. mga sikreto ng marubdob na ensayo at pagtatagumpay sa larangan ng sports. Pusong Kampiyon!
Mga kaagapay, our guest is a strength and conditioning coach. Siya ay nagtatrabaho ngayon sa Active Motion Plus, isang bagong gym dito sa Metro Manila. And ang kanyang layunin ay mapalakas ang mga atleta. Kung malakas na sila, lalo silang lumakas. Kung ang mga atleta naman ay may injury, hindi lang atleta, even sa mga ordinaryong tao na hindi naman into sports, nagkaroon sila ng injury because of a fall or na-twist yung ankle o nasira yung kanilang ACL and nagkaroon ng reconstruction, ang kanilang goal is for that person to get back na parang balik sa dating strength nung bago siya ma-injure. Siya po ay walang iba kung hindi si Coach Miko Dandan. Hi, Coach Miko.
Hi, Coach Jojo. Good evening po sa lahat po ng nanonood. Thank you very much for having me here.
Coach Miko, tell us about yung Active Motion Plus dahil this is a new gym na kung saan maraming tao ang magbe-benefit kung gusto nilang lumakas or kung injured sila, makabalik sila sa kanilang dating form.
So our gym is named Active Motion Plus. We are located here in Ortigas at Ayala 30th Mall. We are open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's Monday to Sunday.
Coach Miko, maraming nagtatanong na ano ba talaga ang trabaho ng strength and conditioning coach nyo? Itong strength and conditioning coach, halos pareho ba to sa trainer? And ano ang trabaho talaga niya?
Okay. So mostly a strength and conditioning coach, he or she trains mostly the skill-related components of fitness like agility, power, speed, coordination, reaction time, compared to a fitness trainer who mainly is focused on improving one's health. So I would like to say siguro, Coach, na we are more catered to on the sports side, but I believe that we can also do fitness as well, but we are more specialized on what do I say this? Making programs that would enhance some specific athletic skills, which I just mentioned. We also try to reduce the risk of injuries and manage some of the injuries that have already occurred.
Kung tama yung yung nakuha ko, ang binanggit mo, ang strength and conditioning coach caters to athletes. Pag sinabi nating athletes, ito yung mga naglalaro na nag-eensayo ng more than 3 times, 3 times to 6 times a week. Tapos they are part of a team or pwede namang individual siya, especially kung track and field na runner, na meron silang calendar of activities, na meron silang tournaments. So, ito yung mga high-level athletes na they practice rigorously and at the same time, they are part of a tournament and then they are well coached. Now, binanggit mo yung mga skills na kailangan nilang mas lumakas sila or mas bumili sila. You were talking about agility. Can you tell us what is agility,
So mostly, Coach, when we train agility, it's a sudden shift of of direction. Okay, so mainly you can also mostly agility can also be part of sorry, Coach. So agility, being agile, so changing of direction, going from point A to point B.
So parang ano siya, no? Yung quickness from left to right or right to left, pwedeng sidewards, pwedeng backwards, pwede rin moving forward, no? So,
Uh,
tama ba? Pinaliliksi mo. Kung sa Tagalog, tama ba? Mas
yes.
maliksi, mas
So
kangkarot.
yes. So aside from running forward or going backwards, meron din tayong mga lateral movements. Um, Also, I would like to include yung footwork that will also help you propel to a direction that you want to go if there are sudden change of direction that you have to do in your specific sport.
Mm. So, besides agility, ang alam ko sa ah, trabaho, no, ng isang strength and conditioning coach is also mapabilis. So, kunyari yung 40 meters, instead na matakbo niya in 5 or 6 seconds, kailangan mas mabilis. So, meron rin kayong mga drills or exercises besides agility para bumilis, maging explosive. Tama ba?
Yes. So aside from the agility drills that we do, we also do some plyometrics, that is power. We also have some speed, coordination that we can do here inside our facility.
So, mas magiging agile, mas magiging matulin, and kasama rin doon Coach Miko, no? Kasi pag basketball or volleyball, gusto naman ng atleta, hindi naman mabilis tumakbo. Sa kanila naman, mataas tumalon. So, based sa iyong experience, no? For a player to mas lumakas yung talon niya or mas tumaas, nagagawa ba to in how many months of training? Na meron improve na pwede mong ma-measure na mas tumaas ang talon niya.
So, Coach, with that, I think there would be some factors that you need to consider, like pwedeng age, lifestyle, um, if he or she ba is coming from an injury. But yes, I would say that after 3 months, there would be some improvements. But of course, we always start with some measurements in the beginning para meron po kaming baseline so we can determine if we are improving or to whatever tests that we did, we try to also redo those tests and to see all those improvements that we are trying to achieve.
So,
So um, whether kung sa jumping, we have a equipment called Vertec where we can measure their maximum jump. Meron din kaming timer and and a big space where we can conduct uh, a linear sprint that we will time. And then from there, after a couple of months, we try to test those again and to see if there are such improvements.
so Coach Miko, no, ang trabaho ng strength and conditioning coach, normally nakakabit to sa isang team, no? Because based sa aking knowledge, no, ikaw ay naging strength and conditioning coach ng UP Fighting Maroons men's basketball team. Tama ba?
No, Coach. I began my career as an assistant strength and conditioning coach under Ronnie Deser in National University. And then from there, I went to Moro Lorenzo. And then I was assigned to the women's basketball team. And then the next team that I handled was softball team, and then the football team of Ateneo.
So, Coach Miko, no, yung experience mo. Kasi yung iba, nababox in lang kung basketball, no? But ikaw, from basketball to softball, tapos volleyball yata, no? Nabanggit mo, no?
Yes.
So, iba-ibang ano pa naman ang kailangan sa mga sport na yon. Iba-ibang aspeto ang kailangan mong palakasin, di ba? Kamukha sa when I say volleyball, talon talaga. Pag sinabing basketball, may agility din. Agility and then may talon. Pag sinabing
Yes.
softball, tayo lang. Pitching, catching, throwing. So, iba-iba, no? And yung ordinary person who goes to the gym, he goes to a physical trainer. Tama ba? Ito yung binabanggit mo na punta ka sa gym, kung may fitness first or any gym, hindi siya masyadong strength and conditioning coach kasi ang trainer sa mga gyms, ang goal lang niya is for you to be able to do the things na lifting weights and then eventually full body workout. May mga dating atleta, this was during my time, no, 1980s, na they went to a trainer and then instead na mapabilis, bumagal. Kasi yung trainer, pinagbubuhat ng mabibigat, gumanda ang gaganda ng mga muscle. Pero hindi siya naging sport specific or hindi siya nakatulong doon sa sport na sa training na angkop sa mga players. Have you seen this happen na hindi kasalanan to ng mga ng mga physical ng mga trainers, no, dahil sanay sila sa workouts sa mga gym. So have you seen this happen before?
Yes, kasi I think like what you mentioned, Coach, it has to be specific din dun sa sport ng isang individual or ng isang team. Like, for example, a long distance runner training like as if he is a bodybuilder. So, okay lang, I think it would not be beneficial dun sa isang long distance runner because what he needs is endurance or muscular endurance instead of um, lifting like a bodybuilder. So definitely in those aspects, medyo talaga pong makaka-affect yan sa mga ginagawa niya. Unless he really wants to make his body big just for um, aesthetics. Yun nga, I think it should be more based on to what to your activity or to your sport.
Na-experience ko yan, no, Coach Miko, and in fact, nangyari yan sa best player ko who was MVP twice sa PBA. But when he was my player sa UAAP, may nakausap siyang trainer. Yung trainer, naging bukol-bukol yung katawan niya, pero bumagal. Instead na nakatulong sa kanya, naging detrimental sa kanya. And at the same time, naging detrimental sa aming team kasi hindi namin siya napakinabangan ng husto as compared to the first round. Imagine, in a span of 1 month or palagay mong 4 to 6 weeks, ganun yung naging nangyari, no? Nangyari sa kanya, so bumagal. In fact, sabi nga nung our manager, si Coach Sani Pagya, sabi sa kanya, bakit ba naging ganyan yung katawan mo? Hindi naman dapat ganun yung katawan mo. Ano ba? Para kang naging bodybuilder, no? And sad to say, hindi naturuan ng husto. Coach Miko, I think gusto lang malaman ng mga viewers, no, kasi ikaw ay nag-aral, no, sa US dito sa Impact, no, regarding strength and conditioning. Tama ba? Or you went
Coach,
to the States
it's called
to go training?
athletes performance, but no,
Athletes
it's called.
performance. Okay. Kasi naalala ko pag Impact Basketball, naalala ko yung kapatid mo, no? Doon sila nagte-training. But yung athletes
Yes.
performance, parang ano siya, no? Isa sa mga sa US na who would train trainers. When I say trainers, dito strength and conditioning coach, and they really go to the nitty-gritty, and then they make sure that when a person goes through athlete's performance, gawa siya, and he can be the best strength and conditioning coach he could possibly be. Can you tell us about your journey dito sa athlete's performance?
Okay, so medyo matagal na yung coach, mga more than 10 years na ata. So, um, what I applied there for was a mentorship program. Meron siyang 4 phases. So by level siya. So the higher the level, the deeper the knowledge that you get from them. So basically, coach, they would instill some of their philosophies that can also be helpful with your career, and be helpful with what you currently know about strength and conditioning or training athletes, or just simply general population.
Dito sa athletes performance, di ba dito nagte-train yung mga ibang NBA players? May nakita ka bang mga NBA players or aspiring collegiate players na who want to be stronger before they join the NBA draft?
Coach, unfortunately, wala akong nakitang NBA players doon. But there were a lot of um, college athletes or amateur athletes that who are inspiring to be a professional one day.
Mm-mm. Oh. Lahat kasi gustong magpalakas before sumabak sila either sa NBA draft or they join a professional league, no? Coach Miko, ito laging tinatanong ng mga tao, no? Between warm up and stretching, no? Coming from papasok sa gym ang isang atleta. Ano ba ang dapat gawin ng isang atleta to help that person prepare for the competition? Kasi may nakita ako dati na coming from kakapasok lang sa gym, tapos biglang mag-stretching. Can you educate us, or ano ang dapat munang gawin before stretching? Or how do you teach your players?
So generally, coach, it can be also a case-to-case basis. So we have static and dynamic stretching. So sometimes pwedeng mauna yung static stretching due to some factors like if some of your muscles are tight, like for example the quads, pwede mo muna siyang stretch, and then after that you start doing your dynamic stretches. But why do we need to do our warm-ups or stretches? Is to increase the blood flow. Once you have that ongoing, of course, magiging mas elastic na yung muscle natin. And then we want also to increase the mobility. So the benefits of stretching, regardless of the timing, siguro, it can be a vital role to maintain the flexibility, improving range of motion. Um, but our main goal is we want to reduce the risk of injury. So for me, I want to start my athletes to do some progressive way of warming up. So very uh, gradual siya, if I may say. Kasi we don't want, yeah, for example, maybe nung bata pa ako, siguro medyo guilty rin ako rito. When I arrive in the court, I go laro kagad. But when I knew about the importance of it para hindi ka rin maging injured, you want to warm up, increase your blood flow para to prepare your body for uh, the upcoming activity or the sport that you are going to play.
Mm. So, anong mga una? Coming from kunyari, ako pumasok sa gym. Di ba? Nag-drive ako, kakapasok ko lang sa gym. Do I do warm-up first or stretching? Ano ba sa'yo mas importante? This is your preference.
Okay, so coach, you mean by the way I understand it, yung warm-up mo is dynamic stretching, and when you say stretching, is that static stretching?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So normally, we want the dynamic stretching that would be that mimics mostly the movements of the sport or the movements that you will be doing during your activity or your sport. So mostly dynamic stretching makes you move compared to static stretching, kasi static stretching is just pulling mostly the muscles. But depending on your case, like I mentioned, it can be some case-to-case basis that if your muscles are tight, wala namang problema if you do some static stretching, but just followed by some dynamic warm-ups after you do those static stretching para we can ensure that your body is not just warmed up, but it is also um, prepared to do the movements that you would be needing during your sport.
Mm-mm. Coach Miko, thank you for educating our listeners na pag sinabing dynamic, ito yung parang nagba-bounce ba ng konti? Tama, no? O yung pag sinabing dynamic, kasi ang static yung steady, no? Yung kunyari ganyan, steady. Ang dynamic, ito ba yung parang may konting movements?
Yes, like doing squats or by doing some lunges that are body weight, and then followed by some movements with using one leg. Um, Although the static stretches can be also good as part of the cool down, para it can deplete some of the lactic acid or yung parang paninigas na nararamdaman mo after ng activity or ng sport.
Mm. Coach Miko, if you would remember the past, ikaw ay dating manlalaro ng basketball, no? You played basketball varsity level, no, sa high school, tama, no? And maalala mo ba na were there times na now being knowledgeable, no, sa strength and conditioning coach, meron bang nagawa ang trainer mo or strength and conditioning coach mo na during that time, dahil wala ka pang alam, syempre, sumunod ka lang. But kung isipin mo, mukhang mali yun or baka nakita lang niya sa iba yon kaya niya kinopya. May naalala ka ba na something that your coach before who wanted you to become stronger and faster, feeling mo mali or sablay because of lack of education?
Unfortunately, coach, in high school, wala kaming strength and conditioning coach. But during in college, when I was playing under you and Coach Jolipa, I think it was by the time kasi it was Coach Ronnie who was our strength and conditioning coach at that time, who was already knowledgeable. But I think if ma-apply natin sa ibang situation, for example, I think going back to the time, yung information that we have now is not that accessible compared today. So I think maraming mga misconceptions lang siguro about doing some exercises and how to really progress it. But I believe naman siguro wala naman silang masamang intention about that. It's just that I think back in the day, I think poor information siguro. We might just see it na, oh, this exercise looks cool or parang, uy, parang maganda gawin to. But yun na nga, since since I have the background today, now, kailangan meron din talagang proper progression dun sa ginagawa mo, na hindi ka dapat like jumping from one exercise to the other.
Coach Miko, ang advantage naman ng mga
Yes.
coaches ngayon is the internet. Everything is accessible.
Yes.
No? As compared to 2006, medyo nag-uumpisa pa lang, no? And iba ang information and technology ngayon, no? And Coach Miko, pwede ba can you be the critic of this? Kasi nangyari to nung ako ay nasa PBA. Imagine may konting kaalaman naman ako sa strength and conditioning coach kasi dati akong player tapos naging assistant coach, and I was able to be with people na nag-aaral ng sports science. Hindi ko sinasabing expert ako, nakasama ko yung brother, no, si Ricky, who was a very good friend of mine, na talaga nag-aaral ng sports science. And ang nangyari dito, coming from a rest, no, pag sinabi kong rest, walang ginawa talaga, wala nang practice yung team namin. Siguro minimum of 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, bakasyon, na-eliminate na sa PBA, tapos Christmas, syempre, todo kain. Tapos on the first day of practice, hindi muna bola, no, nasa gym, ang ginawa ng trainer namin, pinag-sprint sila ng 400 meters. Naisip ko na, tayo lang, galing sa pahinga to. And for the players to sprint, no, 400 meters, nakita ko biglang nahinto yung mga players kasi midway pa lang or 75% pa lang of the 400 meters, 300 meters pa lang, nagtigasan yung mga muscles. Sabi ko, tayo lang, baka ma-injure. Can you say, medyo may mali
Okay. Coach, I think first off, dapat if you are a professional athlete, you should be in shape, even if you are in off season, kasi that's your job. Tama. So, but I guess of course, kailangan din when you are coming from a break, I think it would be best for your program to start gradually, kasi nga you're coming from a break. There should be some sort of progression that you should do with your program or within your periodization, knowing na you are coming from a break. So um, some of the methods that we do, um, frequency. When we say frequency, it is increasing the number of times that you exercise per week. Meron din tayong intensity. For example, increasing the difficulty of the exercise. Um, for strength training, increasing the weight, increasing the repetitions or sets, no? So meron ding time. So yung duration, increasing the length of the exercises of each session, and also the type, yung how you progress to more challenging exercises or activities. So nandyan din yung volume, the combination of frequency, intensity, and duration. For instance, in resistance training, volume is equal to reps, sets, and the weight. I think dapat it should start gradual, but then again, as a professional athlete, it is your responsibility also to be in good shape when you come back from the off-season.
Yes, I truly believe no na yung mga atleta dapat, especially mga PBA players, dapat when they come back no from a long vacation, may konti ng may tumakbo na ng konti. But ang tingin ko dito, Coach Miko, no, ang baseline is zero talaga. Kasi pag tingin mo pa lang, wow, ang kailangan lang dito siguro maglakad muna or mag-jogging lang. Hindi kagad intense, no? Kasi ang nakita ko, yung intensity level, parang umabot kagad sa 7 o 8. Coming from zero pa lang to, no? Dapat siguro pinawisan muna, no? Ibig sabihin, pagalaw-galaw. But, yes, tama yung sinabi mo na you have to assess the player, but knowing coming from Christmas break, galing pa sa probinsya yung mga player, most likely, hindi man lang napawisan. Coach Miko, saan saan madalas magka-injury ang mga player, and then bakit sila nagkaka-injury, no? Hindi naman yung dahil kunwari iba yung twisted ankle or bakit nai-injure ang player? Ano yung mga factors na tingin mo may kasalanan dito ang player o may pagkukulang?
I think it has to be the lifestyle. It can pwedeng lack of sleep. They're not doing some exercises off the court. Hindi sila nagpapalakas. Kasi of course, when you are in a professional setting like in the PBA, alam naman po natin lahat na basketball dito sa Pilipinas is very physical. So you should be ready for those kind of instances kasi you never know na yung kalaban mo pwede nagpapalakas ang ikaw ay nagpapahinga. So yun din, lack of rest as well. And I think pwede ring overtraining or undertraining.
Wow. Gusto ko yung binanggit mo, no? Number one is, pwedeng may bisyo, no? Kasi lack of sleep, eh. Pwedeng nagpupuyat dahil umiinom or may ginagawang hindi makakatulong sa basketball, no? And then, may undertraining and then may overtraining, no? Being a strength and conditioning coach of several teams, no? Tingin mo, gaano ka-importante ang strength and conditioning coach for them to yung chance nila manalo mas tumaas?
I guess the 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 job of a strength and conditioning coach is to maintain the players healthy. Kasama na rin mostly sa program ko ay injury prevention and management, meaning some of our exercises, some of my exercises are composed of stability, na-involve yung sinasabi nilang core. Okay? Kasi when we play sports coach, hindi naman palaging bilateral eh. So, di ba, when we run, we stand on one leg. When we jump, there are times that you also jump with with single leg. So, we also try to mimic some of those movements inside gym para ma-translate namin yung mga ginagawa naming exercises from the gym to the court.
Coach Miko, meron ka bang mga na-coachan na mga players dito sa collegiate level, no? Na feeling mo they could have become a better athlete but nagpabaya? And tingin mo saan sila nagpabaya? Kung sila ay nagpabaya.
Okay. I think as a coach, are we talking about student athletes?
Yes. Pwedeng
Okay.
student athletes.
So, okay. So, if kung student athletes, I think, of course, some of I know, not that I coached, some of mga naging teammates ko, who was medyo nagpabaya rin sa pag-aaral. Of course, if you're a student athlete, kaya naman sinabing student, nauuna yung word na student because you are a student and it's your responsibility to also maintain your grades for you to be able to play. In terms of training naman, coach, marami na rin akong kilala na mahilig magpuyat, kung ano-ano yung mga nagagawa rin off the court that hindi ko na ikukwento, pero yes, marami rin talaga pong nasayang na players na nakilala ko na rin dahil yun nga, which resulted into injuries or natanggal lang din sila mainly sa team because of what they are doing outside the court.
Knowing na you've known players before, no? So, what makes a good athlete? Ano dapat yung isang atleta, ano yung mga katangian na meron sila for them to succeed in sa kanilang sport, no?
That's a good question. Wait lang, coach. Siguro, coach, being a good athlete should involve a blend of physical and mental attributes. So, some of the physical attributes, so siguro strength, speed, power, agility, endurance, like what I mentioned earlier. I think so mental naman, it should be motivation, mental resilience, your adaptability to a certain situation during your sport, your optimism on how you positively outlook and believe in someone's abilities. Competitive spirit, andun na rin yun. Of course, coachability, yung willingness mo to learn and accept some feedbacks. Of course, kung paano ka makitungo sa mga teammates mo, which is teamwork and sportsmanship, where you can be effective with others and demonstrate respect and pinaka-importante rin siguro dito would be the discipline. I think that is the most key aspect din siguro. Kasi motivation pwedeng mawala yung motivation eh. Pero yung discipline, yung you show up every day, the ability to adhere the training schedule and maintain focus daily, I think that is one of the most important thing that could make a good athlete. And also, dagdag ko na rin coach, yung dedication mo and commitment, yung willingness mo to put in some necessary time and effort. Other factors siguro coach aside from that is nutrition, pwedeng nutrition and recovery. And I think recovery is one of the most neglected part of training because hindi ka rin, you're not really getting strong talaga inside the gym when you're training or when you're training in a sport. You are basically getting stronger if you are getting the proper rest for you to be able to go again the next day. Kasi when you are in a recovery, that is the time your body is trying to repair what all the damages that you have been done to your body during training. So kasi kahit papaano you're somehow destroying some of your muscle fibers during training and with proper rest um, and recovery, that's the time your body tries to regenerate. And with that, it will result into adaptation of to what you do.
Coach Miko, ang dami mong sinagot doon, no? Talagang yung total package from discipline,
But
commitment.
siguro, I think yun yung mga yun yung mga napagsisiyaw ko rin during the time na naging athlete ako. Joke lang.
Talking from experience, hindi, Coach Miko, because you are a coach right now, no? You do not think as a player and you think as a coach dahil gusto mong matulungan sila, yung mga atleta mo, and then you can share na ito yung path na dapat daanan nyo. Huwag niyong daanan itong ibang path na can be very destructive dahil atleta kayo eh. Una, student athlete. Ang goal natin is always nandun kayo sa peak performance na pag tinawag kayo, binunot kayo ni coach, ready kayo. And pag sinabing ready, mentally, physically, emotionally, no? Hindi lang physically, but everything, the total package. Coach Miko, ano yung greatest joy mo, no, being a strength and conditioning coach of student athletes?
Seeing them succeed with their achievements in their sport. But I think the best achievement that I could possibly encounter or makita is for them to be healthy throughout the season at wala silang injury. For me, that would indicate that I did a good job sa career nila kasi I was able to prolong them and for them to be able to stay intact if we are talking on a team sport standpoint kasi for example I have seen some teams sobrang lakas nila pero since na-injure yung pinakamagaling nilang player and then everything will trickle down from let's say yung diskarte ng coach on how he puts his personnel inside the court kasi syempre as I have noticed syempre aside from being a strength conditioning coach observing some basketball coaches nasisira yung rotation nila on a certain situation wherein they have to put in some of their best guys or their best defenders during a situation na kailangan nilang baliktarin and then to turn that into their favor.
Mm. Coach Miko, no? Tama yung binanggit mo, no? Make sure na yung mga players in tip-top shape, no? At the same time, kung malakas sila, mas mape-prevent yung injury kasi kung mahina ba yung kanilang mga knees or yung mga muscles, yung hamstrings or quadriceps or yung mga muscles that support the knees or yung ankle or yung katawan, pag hindi siya malakas, bibigay siya because of yung physicality of the sport, no? Coach Miko, can you tell us about your gym again and tell them kung ano yung mga services na binibigay nyo?
Okay, so the name is Active Motion Plus. Again, we are located in Ortigas, inside the Ayala 30th Mall, second floor. Sa likod lang siya ng Pag-ibig. Mostly what we do here is we try to enhance, or should I say, sports performance. Okay, we try to enhance your sports performance, and we also integrate injury prevention and management. We also work with some of the best physical therapists here in our country. So normally we integrate nga yung physical therapy and strength and conditioning coach. So this is we work hand in hand. So aside from our assessment, we also listen to the assessment of our seasoned physical therapists who were also involved, who is also involved with some professional teams during their past. So hindi lang kami nag-enhance ng performance, but also we want to be safe doon sa aming training program para ma-translate ito sa sport niyo or sa physical activity ninyo. And we also cater especially to those who are injured, who are trying to return back to their sport. And not just athletes, we also entertain general population who were injured and then who is just generally trying to get back stronger from that injury.
Coach Miko, marami pa naman mga condominiums. Yung Alexandra yata is in front. Sa harapan lang ng ng 30th Ayala Mall, no? Tapos may isa pang condominium diyan sa tabi nyo. And hindi lang sila nagpapalakas, but also those who are injured, especially kung balikat or tuhod, kaya nila kayong mapabalik sa dating form and then palalakasin pa. Coach Miko, thank you for being our guest, no? Thank you for being a light, no? A light in a sense doon sa mga atletang tinuturuan mo na ine-educate mo na kailangan magpalakas kayo para mas bumilis, mas lumiksi, mas malakas tumalon. At the same time, pag lumakas ang katawan nila, na prevent nila ang injury. Ang goal naman natin dito is injury prevention para lagi silang magamit ng kanilang coach. I'd like to share this verse sa iyo, no? And sa ating mga nakikinig dito sa ating Biblia, sa John 12 verse 44, Jesus said, I have come as light into the world so that no one who believes in me will remain in the darkness. Jesus said this, that I have come as light into the world so that no one who believes in me will remain in darkness. Ayaw natin laging tayo ay nasa kadiliman. We want to be in the light, and the light himself is the Lord Jesus Christ. Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig. Ito po si Coach Jojo Villa ng Fellowship of Christian Athletes at inyong napakinggan ang programang Puso at Lakas Sports sa Pinas sa 702 DZAS, FEBC Radio TV, agapay ng Sambayanan. miyembro ng KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas. Magandang Sabado po sa inyong lahat. Last words from you, Coach Miko.
Please do check us out in our social media page. We have Facebook, Active Motion Plus, as well as Instagram. Please do check our facilities and then yung mga pictures. We have our contact numbers posted in those social media accounts. So, and if ever you are in near our area, please do check us out. We entertain walk-ins. If you just want to check out our gym, we are open and explain what we are doing here in our gym.
Thank you, Coach Miko. God bless.
Coach, marami pong salamat. Thank you for having me here. Ingat po kayo lahat.
Puso at lakas, sports sa Pinas.